morning, everybody. Welcome to your second day of the team building seminar. You've made it through the night, that's good. As you know, the next session is talking about our 3 phases at Friends Forever and our program recipe. So I know that Christina and Boucher are going to be handling the recipe, but I wanted to give you guys a brief overview of the program and how it's broken down into each of the 3 phases. The first phase of the program is the phase that you guys are in now. It's called the team building phase. This is where groups come together, they meet for the first time, they break the ice, they set expectations about how they're going to work together, identify their goals, how they're going to make decisions, but it's really geared towards giving them a solid foundation to work together as a team for the remaining phases of the program. It's also during this phase that they attend the 2-day seminar that you guys are at now. Obviously a little bit different because it's with all 3 groups and geared more towards young people. We also require that parents meet with us during this phase. So while we're in the country giving the seminar, we have parents from all communities come together in the same room. So the parents of all team members, and we give them the same rule or expectations and overview of the program so that there's no question about, oh, they told me that I could pack that or things like that. The next phase of the program is, for some, the most exciting. It's called the skill building phase. So this is the time that the groups come to the United States. They lived in a house together for the 2 weeks. They do a variety of different activities, which you guys will hear about a little bit more later. But the goal of this phase is that everything they do, from volunteering to visiting somebody's house for a barbecue or visiting having an art workshop, we frame everything before and after so they get a true understanding of what goes into making community work possible and reflect on the impact that they have afterwards. So once they return home, they start what we call the community building phase. This is where the groups kind of put all of their experiences and the skills that they've learned in the first 2 phases into action. So they identify an issue or 2 in their communities that they would like to help address, and from start to finish, design what we call a social action project. So they go through a formal grant application process with us to get a small amount of funding to make these projects possible. We ask them for their resources. They have to identify their timeline, reflect on how they actually spent their money, make a budget. But the goal is, by the end of this program, they can truly understand what is necessary to make projects like this possible in their communities. Examples of social action projects are, organizing to go into the city center in their city and hand out warmth kits in the winter, working with an organization. We've had groups who have rebuilt an after-school program for students at risk. This most recent year, we had a team who, while they were in the US, realized that one of their uncles learned how to make soap. And so when they got home, they went up to the Arab villages in the north of Israel and harvested olives to make olive oil to make soap. They made the soap together, and then they traveled to the south, where the other half of the group was from, and donated them to an elderly home in a kibbutz. So they wanted to bring their 2 communities together. During the community building phase, participants have to meet a minimum of 8 times, and we track attendance and meeting reports with all that. But for our students to graduate from our program, they have to attend at least 75% of the meetings. If they do so and they participate and stay involved with us, they become what we call alumni. So alumni have opportunities to come back as trainers, to travel to different countries, to help with seminars, to plan their own projects. For example, when Steve and I were in Israel a few weeks ago, actually, we joined our alumni who planned a dual narrative tour of Jerusalem, because that's something that they asked for and something that they wanted. So we helped them through that process and showed them that, if they put their mind to it, anything is possible. So at Friends Forever, we don't like to say no, we like to say how. And our alumni movement has kind of proven that by the more they ask, the more opportunities we give them. So as long as they want to stay involved, we'll have opportunities for them.